The golden afternoon sun cast long shadows across the bustling charity carnival in downtown. Maple Grove, children's laughter mixed with the cheerful sounds of carnival games and the gentle hum of families enjoying the weekend together. Marcus Wellington stood at the edge of the crowd, his perfectly tailored white shirt and dark slacks making him look somewhat out of place among the casual festival dash-goers. 38. Marcus had built his real estate empire through determination and an almost ruthless focus on success. But success, he was learning, could be a lonely companion. 3 years had passed since Sarah's death, and though he had Grace caring for Emma during the week, weekends still felt hollow and endless. Today was different, though. Grace had suggested he volunteer at the annual charity carnival, reasoning that it might help him connect with Emma in a more relaxed setting. "She needs to see you having fun, Mr. Wellington," Grace had said in her gentle way. "Children learn joy from watching the adults they love." So here he was manning the teddy bear booth, trying to remember how to smile naturally while children and their parents approached his game. The rules were simple: knock down 3 bottles with a soft ball, win a teddy bear. Marcus had been at it for 2 hours, watching family after family play together, fathers lifting their children to help them throw, mothers cheering from the sidelines. Emma had been by his side for most of the afternoon, her blonde hair catching the sunlight, as she helped him arrange the stuffed animals and cheered for the children who played. She seemed happier than he'd seen her in months, and Marcus found himself relaxing into the rhythm of the day. "Daddy, look," Emma called out, pointing to a small figure approaching their booth. "She's all by herself." Marcus followed his daughters' gaze and saw a little girl, perhaps 5 years old, with light brown hair pulled back in a simple ponytail. She wore a faded floral dress that had seen better days, and her sneakers were scuffed from play. But what struck Marcus most was the determined expression on her small face as she walked directly toward his booth. She stopped in front of the counter, barely tall enough to see over it, and placed 3 crumpled dollar bills on the wooden surface. Her eyes were serious, focused, as if this moment carried great importance. "I'd like to play." "Please," she said in a clear, polite voice. Marcus smiled warmly and handed her 3 soft balls. "Of course, sweetheart. Just knock down those bottles and you can pick any teddy bear you'd like." The little girl nodded solemnly and took the first ball. Her throw was surprisingly accurate for someone so young, and she knocked down 2 bottles on her first try. The small crowd that had gathered cheered encouragingly, and Marcus found himself genuinely impressed. "Nice throw," he called out. 2 more chances. Her second throw knocked down the remaining bottle, and the crowd erupted in applause. Emma clapped excitedly beside him, and Marcus felt a surge of pride for this determined little stranger. "Congratulations," Marcus said, gesturing to the array of colorful teddy bears hanging from the booth. "Pick whichever one you'd like." The little girl looked at the teddy bears for a long moment, her expression thoughtful. Then she looked back at Marcus, and he saw something in her eyes that made his chest tighten. It was a look he recognized, the same longing he sometimes saw in Emma's eyes when she watched other families together. "Sir," she said quietly, her voice barely audible above the carnival noise, "I don't want toys." Marcus leaned down to hear her better. "What was that, sweetheart?" The little girl took a deep breath, as if gathering courage for what she was about to say. When she spoke again, her words were clear and direct, spoken with the devastating honesty that only children possess. "I don't want toys. I want a dad." The words hit Marcus like a physical blow. The cheerful carnival sounds seemed to fade into background noise as he stared at this brave little girl who had just shared her deepest wish with a complete stranger. Emma moved closer to his side, instinctively sensing the shift in mood. "What's your name, honey?" Marcus asked gently, his voice softer now. "Lily," she replied, then added, "I'm here with my mom, but she's working at the food stand. She works a lot." Marcus glanced around and spotted a woman in her late 20s, frantically serving cotton candy to a long line of customers. Even from a distance, he could see the exhaustion in her posture, the way she pushed a strand of hair from her face with the back of her hand. Asterisk Lily, Marcus said carefully, that's a very special wish. But you know what? I bet your mom loves you very much. Asterisk Lily nodded earnestly. She does. She works really hard to take care of me. But sometimes I see other kids with their dads and I wonder what that would be like. She paused, looking up at him with those serious eyes. You have a little girl. She's lucky. Asterisk Marcus felt his throat tighten. He glanced at Emma, who was listening intently to their conversation, her own eyes wide with understanding beyond her years. Asterisk. You know what? Lily? Marcus said, making a decision that surprised even himself. How about we make a deal? You can have that teddy bear, and maybe you and your mom would like to join Emma and me for some carnival games. I bet your mom could use a break. Asterisk Lily's face lit up with a smile that transformed her entire expression. Really? Asterisk, really, Marcus confirmed. Emma, what do you think? Should we ask Lily's mom if she'd like to take a break and spend some time with us? Asterisk Emma nodded enthusiastically. Yes, we could show her the ring toss and the duck pond and maybe get some popcorn. Asterisk over the next hour, Marcus found himself in an unexpected situation. He had approached Lily's mother, Sarah Chung, and offered to give her a break from her volunteer duties. Sarah had been hesitant at first, but Lily's excitement and Marcus's genuine offer of help had won her over. Asterisk as they moved through the carnival together, Marcus watched Lily's face light up with joy at each game they played. She held his hand while they walked, chattering about everything she saw, and Marcus found himself remembering what it felt like to see the world through a child's eyes. Asterisk Emma and Lily became fast friends, and Marcus was touched by how naturally his daughter included Lily in everything they did. When they reached the face-painting booth, both girls insisted on getting matching butterfly designs. Asterisk, thank you, Sarah said quietly to Marcus as they watched their daughters giggle together. I can't remember the last time I saw Lily this happy. She talks about wanting a father figure, but I've been so focused on just getting by that I haven't known how to address it. Asterisk Marcus nodded, understanding more than she realized. Sometimes the things our children need most are the things we're afraid we can't give them. Asterisk as the sun began to set, painting the carnival in warm golden light, Marcus realized that something had shifted inside him. Lily's simple, honest words had cracked open something he hadn't known was closed. Her wish for a dad had reminded him that being a father wasn't just about providing for Emma, it was about being present, about creating moments of joy and connection. Asterisk when it was time to say goodbye, Lily hugged Marcus tightly around the waist. Thank you for being like a dad today, she whispered. Asterisk Marcus knelt down to her level, his eyes glistening. Thank you for reminding me how to be one. Asterisk as they walked back to the car, Emma slipped her hand into his. Daddy, that was the best day ever. Asterisk Marcus squeezed her hand gently. You know what, sweetheart? I think you're right. Asterisk sometimes the most profound gifts come in the smallest packages, delivered by the most unexpected messengers. Lily had asked for a dad, and in doing so, she had given Marcus something equally precious. The reminder that the love he had to offer was exactly what his own daughter needed most.